It's a celebration. And the track. You think I'm nothing but another fool? I'm better.
Hey guys, I'm Levi and welcome back to another video. Today I wanted to share a little bit about me and hopefully help a couple of you along the way. I'm gonna start at the very beginning of my story. So my dad is the CEO of a non-profit organization who makes radio content and shares it around my country, New Zealand, and some of their stuff goes overseas as well. Since the age of about 3, he has used me for some recordings for their radio content. I have a few clips for you guys to hear. Here's the first one. This is the first one I think I ever did. I'm not 100% sure, but I think I was about 3 at the time.
What is love?
Love is something that you can give away.
Love is never boastful or too proud to say sorry.
Love is like when two people just look into each other's eyes and they just go all gooey inside.
I remember recording this part of it quite well because I was laughing at the script a bit. Now this is the next one I did. Dads can't.
But one thing dads really can't do is give up. Dads can't ever give up. No matter how hard it gets, no matter how tired they are, dads can't ever quit because we need them. Thanks, Dad. Thanks, Dad. You're really awesome.
Yeah, he's pretty awesome. So when I was about 7, my dad decided to sign me up for a professional agency for voicing and radio and everything like that. And my first ever voicing job commercial thing was this one here. It was for Nature's Fresh Bread. I look back and it was such a terrible ad, but you know, when they offer you money, you're always going to take it. And it's experience as well, so it's everything like that.
Nature's fresh. The adventure starts here.
Something else that happened during the recording of that ad, I remember the girl that was doing it with me, she could roll her R's like brrr, like that because they wanted us to make racing car noises, whatever. And I couldn't do it. I could not roll my R's, and so they ended up getting her to just do that and not using me for that part. But anyway, so probably 4 years went by and I had done about 30 or 40 ads in that time. I did ton. I got a lot of jobs from McDonald's, ANZ Bank, Southern Cross, Paper Plus. Yeah, there's a long list. I can't even remember. So I've always been confident with speeches and getting up in front of a lot of people in public. So the organization my dad works for, they do Easter specials, Christmas specials, all of that on the radio. And they have a Christmas show every year that's a kids show. On Christmas morning for 3 hours, and when I was 10 he was like, oh, would you want to host part of it, 30 minutes out of the 3 hours? And I said yeah, sure, and they got me on the show for the first time at 10 years old. It was mostly a gimmick, but after a couple of years I was a lot more confident. They got me on for longer, and eventually I was co-hosting during the entire 3-hour show. To this day I've hosted 7 years worth. And we've won tons of trophies in New Zealand and New York and stuff. I'll pop that up on screen for you. We've won 6 awards at the New York festivals, and we've won 5 New Zealand Children's Program Awards. We won the Gold Award in New York in 2015, and that essentially meant we were the best children's radio program in the world, which is a pretty good award to win. I'm not complaining. To be part of that at such a young age was totally awesome. I can't believe it. Not suggesting anything, but the show had not won any awards before I had been on the show, so are we gonna talk about that? So that was really sick and everything, the radio stuff. It was awesome. But the exciting part started in 2014. I was away on holiday in America, and my agent called my dad or talked to him, whatever, about they were starting up a subcategory of their organization, business, whatever. They were going to start an acting agency. They wanted me to be a part of it when they started up. So at the end of the year I did my very first audition, which was for Power Rangers, and it was my very first audition. No acting experience, I'd never done drama classes, nothing like that. I went along, I got a call back, and then I got the part, which was totally awesome. So it was a really big role for someone who had no experience in the industry before. Looking back, something that definitely gave me a big advantage at the time was that I could pull off an American accent pretty well, particularly for the age of 11, because they film Power Rangers in New Zealand, so most of the kid actors they get have to put on an accent, and on this occasion, I must have been one of the best or the best, because I got the part. I can't imagine many 11-year-olds would be able to do a good American accent, so that was quite cool. I had got the part, and then I went to the film set and practiced with an accent coach, a voice coach sort of thing, just to polish up my accent before we started filming. They sent me scripts that I had to practice and learn before we started shooting, and then we spent 6 days on my parts of the episode. And not to brag, but I was treated like a king. I had my own caravan that I hung out in, did some schoolwork in. They also texted my mum the day before shooting and asked her what I wanted for breakfast and stuff like that. It was pretty crazy. At one point we were filming on a beach, and it was a really cold day as well. And my so-called assistant would come to me every 20 minutes with a brand new heated up hot water bottle to keep me warm, and I didn't ask for it, they just did that. It was a super cool experience. I mean, any kid would love that experience. It was relatively stressful, but it was worth every minute. There were really cool scenes I did, like I was hanging on a harness and stuff like that in a cave. I got to meet all the actors. I wasn't a fan of Power Rangers, but I mean, it's cool meeting the director and the cast. Before shooting, I had to go to the makeup big caravan thing, and they did makeup and any kind of things that they do your hair. I went to wardrobe. They got me a whole bunch of clothes. When we wrapped up the shooting, they actually gave me the shoes that I wore in the actual movie, because I quite like the shoes. Fun fact, anytime you see a character in a movie sweating or whatever, obviously it's not real sweat, but how they do it is they have someone on set with like a spray bottle. It's kind of oily water sort of thing. I'm not really sure what it is. It's probably some special stuff. They spray it on your face and it doesn't absorb into the skin, it just stays on top. The episode is Power Rangers Dino Charge Episode 4 Return of the Caveman, if you want to check it out on Netflix. Over the following years, I got other opportunities acting, like when my entire family got a role in an ad for Weet-Bix. Anyone not from New Zealand or Aussie, that's basically a breakfast cereal. So basically what they were filming was a way that you could use the cereal and make it into some porridgey sort of thing. And they included banana, which I absolutely hate. And the entire day I just hated what I was eating, and I had to pretend that it was really delicious. So any food advertisements you watch, there's a good chance the person eating it does not like the food. The problem with acting and auditioning and stuff like that is that you can't change your appearance before you know you've got the job. And even once you've got a job, they may not want you to change your appearance. So I had shaggy hair all the time, which I hate. I hate my hair long. And I had shaggy hair all the time because I wasn't allowed to cut my hair because that was voiding my contract. So I also got an opportunity to film an ad with a New Zealand sports personality called Richie McCaw. I didn't like the script very much.
Okay, welcome to Frontier TV,
but
Richie.
I had to roll with it.
Thanks, Levi. It's good to be here. And yeah, Frontier and Milk for Schools has now become an important part of the school day all around New Zealand.
Yes, it...
Oh, we love that acting, Richie. Beautiful. Beautiful. You fooled all of us. Yeah, they took me out to a farm that day and everything. It was pretty cool. I mean, being the center of attention for me is quite fun. So doing that sort of thing was really entertaining. Then there was this ad as well. It was an ad for Paper Plus. It's like a stationery store.
It's nice to receive, it's better to give.
Just make sure you get the Diary of a Wimpy Kid. I want inky things for when I'm writing my notes.
I did about 7 individual ads of that. They were all advertising different things for Christmas. My little brother Micah, he actually got a few acting roles as well. Unfortunately, he was cut out of the end scene for Pete's Dragon. It would have been the end scene for the Disney movie Pete's Dragon. They had a different end scene planned, and then they ended up scrapping it. And personally, I think the end scene they went with was really crap compared to what he was doing. He was going to be Pete's child when he was growing up. It was like a epilogue to the movie. Out of 100 people who auditioned for a role in Mortal Engines, the Peter Jackson movie a couple of years ago, I was in the top 3 who were called back for that movie as well. It was a close call. And 2 years ago, I got the role of a voice in an animated movie, which is actually releasing next month. It's called Mosley. You can search it up online. I've actually been invited to the premiere in Auckland, which is in a week or two. Yeah, the film actually has quite a few major New Zealand actors like Rhys Darby and Lucy Lawless. So for anyone watching this video who would actually love the chance to become an actor, there are a few things you need to know. First of all, it sounds obvious, but you need to actually be good at acting or voicing. It's not like you need tons of experience, it's just you just need to know whether or not you're good. Next, you need to find an acting or voicing agency near you. If you're young, you can ask your parents about that. It probably will cost you a bit of money to get involved in the first place. Personally, I would say don't do any kind of drama classes unless you're really bad or something. I think that drama classes make you a little bit too fake and over dramatic maybe, so not as authentic as real movie acting. And it's not a nice thing to sound real scripted. A lot of child actors sound quite scripted and stuff. I sounded a little bit scripted as well. But that comes with time and experience, so that's fine. So hopefully after all of that, you get some opportunities to audition. And one tip I can give you for auditioning is make sure the script you get before your audition, you practice. You need to know your lines, and then you will sound really good and confident. And it will also help your chances of getting the role because the people there are wanting to see that you're confident, and they also want to see that you are good at memorizing lines because that's a very big part of acting as well. And if you do win that role, they want to know that you don't have any kind of stage fright. So yeah, make sure you remember your lines. And also, I've missed out on so many opportunities, and don't get disheartened. I know I felt a little bit crap afterwards. You have to realize that not every person is getting in because they're better at acting than you. A lot of the time, they're actually wanting a different look or something like that. They want a kid that's younger or a kid that's older or whatever. It's not always about your actual acting skills. Sometimes there will be people who are actually better than you. That's fine. It happens in life. It's all good. At the end of the day, failure builds you up. Thank you guys for watching. It's really cool to be able to share my past experiences with you. And I hope a couple of you guys are inspired to become an actor now. It takes a lot of hard work, but I'm sure you can make it if you put in the effort. And just so you guys know, at 500 subscribers, I will be doing a bit of a giveaway, a gift card of your choice. So make sure you hit that subscribe button, like the video, and comment down below. As always, I will see you in the next video. See you guys.